What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Forgo. Today we're going to do a little comparison between Alpha and Lucia Plume as far as how well they perform against each other in Pain Cage. Now, remember, whenever we're doing these runs, there's always a lot of RNG, guys. There's always a lot of variables that come into play as far as taking on these characters, you know, your gameplay, timing your QTEs, all these things, guys. There's a lot of things that make a difference as far as how much damage you're doing. And we're going to be doing this on Hell mode to see what character can actually do the best. You guys can see that I've already done it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to bring up the run that I did with Alpha, okay? And as you guys will see, I'll show you the team that I'm using here, okay? So for Alpha, as you guys can see, we have Kamoy, who is at SS, and he does have a Da Vinci set on him with 2 Catherine sets, and then, or 1 Catherine set, sorry. And then we have Liv, who actually has 2 Richelieu, she has 2 Voltaire, and she has 2 Phillips on her, okay? To apply debuffs and apply the extra physical damage for Alpha. This is a triple S Alpha, okay? And she has over 7,000 BP, guys. She's got a lot of hyper tuning on her memories. We'll probably show that afterwards. I'll show you the build on her afterwards. But the thing is with Alpha, she requires a lot of skill to play, right? And I do have a Frederick on her, so I always want to do those 3 dodges so I can get the maximum accumulated damage whenever all my QTE characters are on the field. So I'll let you guys watch this, right? And, you know, there's 1 dodge. And then we were going to do another dodge. There's 2 dodges. There we go. And right now I'm just building up my orbs, okay? And yeah, we're melting the bars, And this is kind of the thing, right? I am using Kamoy in hopes to stun the evil version of Alpha, but you know, it didn't work, obviously. Okay, and this is the way that I always play Alpha. I always kind of switch her around, move her around. That way I got some orbs available in the next run. We'll get our dodge, and then we're going to melt her. And booyah, right? And you'll see the score that I was able to get here. Okay? And we're going to prop up about 180,000. Now, something to keep in mind, guys, is that my B-Liv, is also a triple S, who gives an extra 10% physical damage to Alpha, on top of Alpha being a triple S character, right? That's a huge thing that I want you guys to remember. So I'll go ahead and pull up the next run with Lucia Plume so you can see how we did with her. Okay, so let's talk about the memories and the team composition that I have here. So, you know, obviously we're running Lucia Plume, who has a 4-piece Hannah with 2 Eisna. We have A-Liv there, who has a 4-piece Da Vinci with 2 Guinevere's, and then we're also running Kamoy Tenebrian. Now, Kamoy Tenebrian actually has a 4-piece Zawain set with 2 Glorias, and we're also using his leadership, which actually increases elemental damage by 10%, which is really great for Lucia Plume, and an extra 5% all attack. So it's a really good leadership for her. And the thing about the way that I'm doing this run, I probably should have done this with Alpha, to be perfectly honest with you guys, is that whenever we start with, because we used Kamoy Bastion in the last run, we're actually going to be using the Christmas tree weapon on Kamoy, and we're actually going to start off when we get an extra 8% attack when we start this fight off. So he'll use his weapon, right? We got a 3 ping, and we applied the Christmas tree, right? And then we're going to go ahead and switch to Lucia Plume here in a second. There we go. We apply go into the matrix, not apply anything. And then we're going to apply our signature, and you guys can see how much damage we do here. Bam. All right. Now, in my opinion, I've always felt like Lucia Plume is just easier to play than Alpha. It's a weird thing for me because I like Alpha more, and I love playing her, but Lucia just feels so much easier, to be honest, as far as playing her, right? Because you can easily go in your signatures very fast after switching your characters, right? And I'm just trying to go in my matrix, and we just use our regular skills and start melting. Go into signature, bam, right? It's over, right? Let's see what kind of score we got. We got around like 181,000 with Alpha a second ago. Let's see what we get here. And we have 180,000. So the scores are virtually the same, at least the way that I did these runs. Now, obviously, there's a little trick with Alpha, with Beanonomy, where you can apply the blue orbs, and you can lower the defenses of the boss tremendously, and you can just melt the living crap out of them. But that takes an insane amount of time to play. It takes hours. I'm doing this more from a perspective of not having to do it so much. And the thing about this comparison is that my Lucia Plume is only at double S, right? She doesn't have near as much invested in her. When you look at my Alpha, she has a lot, guys. She's got almost 7,200 BP. She has a lot in her. And she also has a lot of resonance. She's got a lot of hypertune memories. 4 of her memories are hypertune, because on a physical attacking character, when you hypertune these top memories, you do get extra crit, which really, really helps a character that's 100% physical, because they actually crit. Whereas with a character that's elemental, not so much. Now, Lucia Plume, she has 6,600 BP. She's at double S versus my Alpha that's at triple S. And she doesn't have near as much as far as her resonance is concerned, right? She has 4 memories that have full resonance, but still fairly similar. And the point that I'm trying to make with this video is, as much as I love Alpha, she just requires a lot of skill. And Lucia Plume, I just don't feel does. And Lucia Plume can put up scores, you know, just as good as Alpha, especially against certain bosses. It doesn't mean that I think that Lucia Plume's stronger than Alpha. Alpha has a higher damage ceiling because she can actually crit. You know, she can actually do more damage if she crits. That's the difference, right? And it really depends on the bosses that you're facing as well. But against Alpha herself and Pain Cage, as you guys just saw, whenever you're just coming in, you're just doing a regular run, you're not trying to do it over and over and over and over, because both of the runs that I showed you guys, I only done like 2 times each. That's about it. I only tried them a couple times each, and that was it. I mean, yeah, if I was going to sit and play, maybe we would have had a different outcome. But just playing it the little bit that I did, you can see that they're pretty similar. And the thing is, with Lucia Plume, every free-to-play player can get her to double S. If you get the character from the banner and you have her at S rank, then you can easily get, well, 30 shards from her from Phantom Pain Cage. Whereas with Alpha, my Alpha that's at triple S is very, very expensive. Free-to-play players are not going to be able to get this girl to triple S. You have to pull in that banner quite a bit in order to get her that way, because, you know, you get her at S rank, it takes 30 shards to take her to double S, which you can get the 30 shards from Phantom Pain Cage, but you need 90 more to go all the way to triple S. And that's what I'm trying to show you, is that Lucia Plume is just, man, you know, in my opinion, I just think she's just a lot easier to play. Again, I don't think she's stronger necessarily, but I do think against certain bosses, her damage numbers and her burst damage will just shine a little bit more than Alpha's. But let me know what y'all think about this little bit of a comparison. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.